Sometimes the greatest storms in life aren't meant to destroy you, they're sent to clear your path. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let me tell you something today. If you're standing in the middle of uncertainty, if you're feeling the weight of trials pressing down on your spirit, I want you to know that you might be on the edge of a breakthrough. You're not just wandering, you're walking toward the blessing God has been preparing for you all along. Now listen closely. God doesn't work in ways that always make sense to us. His timing can feel slow, his methods mysterious, but when he moves, it's undeniable. Here are 7 signs to know that God is about to pour his blessings over your life. The moments before breakthrough are often the hardest you will ever face. It's as if the weight of the world suddenly doubles, and you find yourself questioning everything, your purpose, your faith, even your worth. You're fighting battles you didn't see coming, and the road ahead feels like it's uphill all the way. But here's what you might not realize: this increased resistance isn't a punishment, it's preparation. Think about a seed planted in the soil. It starts in darkness, surrounded by dirt, pressed down by the weight of the earth. To grow, it has to push against that weight. The harder it pushes, the stronger it becomes, and eventually it breaks through to the light. That's what happens when the struggle intensifies in your life. It's not burying you, it's positioning you for growth. And the enemy knows this. When God is about to bless you, the enemy doubles down on his efforts. He uses doubt, distractions, and discouragement to try and shake your faith, because he knows that the closer you are to your breakthrough, the more dangerous you become to his plans. Every tear you shed, every prayer you whisper, and every ounce of strength you muster in these moments is not wasted. These struggles are the labor pains of your destiny, and they are the sign that something extraordinary is on the horizon. There's a unique kind of pain that comes with seeing the door shut in your face. It feels personal, as if the universe is telling you that you're not enough. But the truth is, when one door closes, it's not rejection, it's redirection. That door didn't close to harm you, it closed to save you from a path that wasn't meant for you. Imagine trying to step into a room that looks appealing from the outside, only to find that it's too small for what you're carrying. You might feel frustrated when the door is locked, but what you don't realize is that God has prepared something bigger. If he allowed you to step through that smaller door, it would have limited your potential and your purpose. When a door closes, it can create a moment of doubt. You might question why your plans aren't working out, why your prayers feel unanswered. But closed doors often mean that God is aligning circumstances behind the scenes. He's steering you away from distractions, detours, and even dangers you can't yet see. Each closed door is a message, a divine pause that forces you to stop, reassess, and trust. It's not a delay, it's a redirection towards something greater, something that aligns with your calling in ways you can't yet comprehend. There's a stillness that can settle in your soul, even when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. It's not a peace that comes from knowing how things will work out. It's a peace that comes from trusting that they will. This kind of peace doesn't make sense to the world. In fact, it often shows up in the most unexpected places during a financial crisis, in the midst of heartbreak, or while standing in the shadow of uncertainty. This peace isn't about ignoring the chaos. It's about standing firm in the storm, knowing that you're being held by something greater than yourself. It's the kind of calm that defies logic, where you find yourself saying, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm going to be okay. That's not coincidence, that's divine assurance. When this peace comes, it's a sign that God is working in ways you can't yet see. It's as if he's whispering to your heart, reminding you that no storm lasts forever and that he is in control of the outcome. This peace doesn't eliminate the challenges you're facing, but it gives you the strength to endure them without breaking. In this stillness, your perspective begins to shift. The things that once terrified you lose their grip, and you start to see the bigger picture. What felt overwhelming now feels manageable, not because the chaos has disappeared, but because you've been anchored in something unshakable. There comes a moment when you feel an undeniable pull to release things that once felt essential to your life. It's not that these things were inherently bad, they might have served you well in a different season. But now they feel heavy, like baggage you're no longer meant to carry. This urge to let go doesn't come from frustration or defeat. It comes from a deep inner knowing that something greater is on the way and you need to make room for it. Letting go is rarely easy. It might be a relationship that feels comfortable but no longer aligns with your purpose, a job that provides security but stifles your growth, or even a mindset that has kept you trapped in fear. Whatever it is, you feel the weight of it pulling you back, keeping you from stepping fully into the future God is calling you toward. This urge to let go often brings with it a mixture of emotions, grief for what you're leaving behind, and hope for what lies ahead. It's a transformative process, one that requires trust, because what you're being called to release isn't always replaced immediately. There's an in-between space, a moment of uncertainty, where you have to rely on faith more than sight. As you begin to surrender what no longer serves you, you might notice a shift within yourself. Old wounds start to heal, clarity replaces confusion, and the path forward becomes more defined. Letting go isn't about losing, it's about freeing yourself from the attachments that are holding you back so you can fully embrace what's waiting for you. Sometimes when you're walking a path that feels uncertain or overwhelming, God sends people into your life who seem to show up out of nowhere. These aren't just random encounters, these are divine connections, individuals placed in your life for a purpose that aligns with what you're going through or what you're stepping into. They may come in the form of mentors, friends, or even strangers who bring wisdom, encouragement, or resources you didn't know you needed. These allies don't always look like what you'd expect. They may not share your background, your beliefs, or even your immediate goals, but they carry something you need to move forward. Sometimes they challenge you, pushing you out of your comfort zone or offering perspectives that force you to grow. Other times they are there to provide the kind of support and reassurance that reminds you you're not walking this journey alone. You might not recognize their purpose at first. Their presence could feel coincidental or even confusing, but over time, their impact becomes clear. They step in with the right words, the right actions, or the right opportunities just when you need them most. And as they help you, they may also reveal hidden strengths or capabilities within you that you didn't know existed. These unexpected allies are reminders that God works through people. He orchestrates encounters and relationships that align with His plan for your life. Often, their role isn't just about what they bring to you, it's about what you learn through the connection and how it shapes your path forward. Life has a way of presenting some of its greatest blessings wrapped in the unexpected. What feels like failure, loss, or rejection often carries within it the seeds of something transformative. At first glance, these moments can feel devastating: a job you didn't get, a relationship that ended, or a plan that completely fell apart. But beneath the surface, these experiences are often paving the way for breakthroughs that you couldn't have anticipated. When God is working in your life, the process doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like setbacks, delays, or detours. But these moments are not the end of your story, they are a necessary part of your journey. They force you to pause, reflect, and often recalibrate your steps towards something far greater than what you initially envisioned. In the midst of these challenges, it's easy to feel discouraged, to wonder why things didn't go the way you hoped or prayed for. But if you look closely, you'll often find that what seems like a closed chapter is actually a turning point. The rejection you face might be saving you from a situation that wasn't aligned with your purpose. The struggle you're enduring might be preparing you for a level of success you wouldn't have been ready for otherwise. These disguised breakthroughs require faith and patience because their purpose isn't immediately clear. They test your resilience and your willingness to trust that God is working all things for your good. Over time, what once felt like a loss begins to reveal itself as a stepping stone, guiding you closer to the fulfillment of what God has promised for your life. Faith is often strengthened not in times of ease, but in the midst of trials that challenge everything you believe. When God is preparing to bless you, He doesn't just hand you the blessing, He ensures you're ready to carry it. This preparation often comes in the form of tests that stretch your patience, your resilience, and your trust in Him. These tests don't always come with clear instructions or visible outcomes. You may find yourself in situations where you're praying fervently but hearing nothing, where doors you thought were open suddenly shut, or where challenges seem to multiply instead of diminish. It's in these moments that your faith is being refined. It's not a punishment, it's a process, a way to deepen your reliance on God rather than your own understanding. Every trial you face has a purpose, even if that purpose isn't immediately clear. These moments strip away doubt and distractions, leaving you with a faith that is purer, stronger, and more resilient than before. They teach you to hold on to God's promises even when circumstances seem to contradict them. As your faith is tested, you begin to discover a deeper level of trust. You start to rely less on what you can see and more on what you know in your spirit. This shift transforms your perspective, allowing you to stand firm in the face of adversity. Not because the challenges disappear, but because you've developed the strength to endure them. Let me leave you with this. You're not waiting on God. He's waiting on you to trust Him completely. So hold on, keep the faith. Because just when you think you've reached the end of your rope, you'll find that God was holding you all along. Go out today knowing that your blessing isn't just coming, it's already written. Stay ready, because when God moves, He moves in ways that will leave you speechless. Thank you, and may you walk in the fullness of your destiny. When you find yourself amidst struggles, closed doors, and unrelenting challenges, take heart, for these are often the signs that God is aligning your path for something extraordinary. The peace you feel in the chaos, the unexpected allies who appear, and the urge to let go of the past are not coincidences, they are divine signals of preparation. Every test strengthens your faith and positions you for the blessings ahead. Trust in the process, remain steadfast, and know that when God moves, He does so with purpose and precision. Your breakthrough is near. Walk forward with faith and expectation.